Namaskar. Welcome back to Daily Insight. Short reflections, a little bit of inspiration, some useful information that will help you go deeper in meditation and help you maintain a higher level of awareness during the day. So the phrase, the kind of auto-suggestion idea for today is the world is God. When we do meditation, we imagine ourselves completely surrounded by divine love permanently. And by doing this repeatedly, we transform. Every time we practice that, we become a little bit more divine love and a little bit less whatever we were before. And this gives us bliss. It gives us a feeling of connectedness, presence, and it gives us a feeling of oneness. However, the moment we open our eyes, we see objects, people, situations, which may be dangerously attractive or dangerously bad for our well-being. Two completely different messages. One, we are feeling ourselves surrounded by divine love, and the other, we are in a world full of challenges and difficulties and dangers. So how can we deal with this difference? If we remind ourselves, once we open our eyes, that the world itself is God, then we can deal with whatever situations that we find around us, whether they be attractive or unpleasant, and we can do what needs to be done, and at the same time get some bliss and get some feeling of connectedness, get something of the same feeling that we were having in meditation, even with our eyes open in the objective world. So we have a phrase for this in our Ananda Marga practices, and it's called objective adjustment. Some people feel that objective adjustment means simply doing what needs to be done. There's a phrase in Sufism which I like: trust in Allah, but tie your camel first. Right? So we do, to feed ourselves. If we don't feed ourselves, we don't take care of ourselves. If we don't respond appropriately, if we don't get out of the way of a truck that's coming towards us, then we'll face problems. And some people get so lost in their kind of spiritual meditativeness that they don't respond adequately. They neglect the world, and in the end that comes back to cause a problem, because it's difficult to meditate if people are knocking on your door unhappy with you because you didn't pay the rent. So we need to be able to do both, do meditation and respond appropriately in the world. But actually, objective adjustment means something deeper than that. It doesn't mean just doing what needs to be done. It means doing what needs to be done in a way that serves our spiritual bliss, right? And here is where, if we do what needs to be done, but we keep this idea in our mind that the world itself is God, then while doing our duty, whether it be pleasant or unpleasant, if we keep that idea in our mind, we can still enjoy this feeling of bliss and connectedness and oneness. So it's a very, very sweet practice, and all it requires is a little bit of memory. So it's a very simple addition. It doesn't really take anything away from the work that we're doing. Rather, it adds a blissful element to it. It helps us be more present, and it helps us be happier as we are working. And it makes even difficult jobs blissful. So what's not to like about that? So that's what I wanted to share with you. We have a practice for objective adjustment in our Ananda Marga practices, and that is our second lesson mantra, which basically says, the world is God. So just try. Keep that idea in your mind as you move around, do everything that you need to do your duty, etc. But keep that thought in your mind. The world is God, and you'll find it'll bring this amazing element of sweetness and make all the work easier and also help you do the work in a better way. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day. Namaskar.